What is my favorite horror movie?
What is my favorite horror movie?
What is my favorite horror movie? That would be The Loved Ones, which is technically a horror film, and it's a thriller as well, like a psychological one as well.
I would say my favorite horror movie is Saw.
Night of the Living Dead, 1968, the original zombie film directed by George Romero. Not only is it the most important independent film ever made, it's the most important horror film ever made. It was the turning point between classical horror and modern horror. It revolutionized an entire genre, it created an entire subgenre, and it was the first movie to star an African American in the lead role, where the overall story has nothing to do with race.
What is my favorite horror movie? Wes Craven's Nightmare on Elm Street, the original one. That is one of my favorites. I watch it every year in October, sometimes randomly throughout the year. I love that movie. Freddy Krueger is my favorite character of all the horror icons.
The Fog, John Carpenter.
Well, I'm a special effects guy, so I'm going to have to say American Werewolf in London, where it kind of all started with Rick Baker, the werewolf, all that blood, the crazy makeup he does for David, and with the like ghoul scenes and stuff like that. So yeah, definitely American Werewolf in London.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
It is technically a thriller horror movie called The Machinist.
Again, The Thing. That's a horror movie, it's a monster movie.
My favorite horror movie of all time would have to be 1978's Dawn of the Dead. Good old George Romero. I watched that when I was probably about 8, maybe a little too young.
I don't like horror films.